I want to introduce you to another member. And you may recognize his name from the leaderboards as well. In fact, I told Jeff, like, I don't even need to be on the leaderboards. And then was like, but then we thought about it. We're like, it's probably good motivation for people. But if I wasn't on the leaderboards, your man right here would probably be number one in the company right now. Okay, so jump on out. Introduce yourself to the community, my man.
Hey everybody, I'm Mitch. Yeah, I've been an affiliate for off and on for a long time. I started internet marketing in like 2006. I've done a few things. The last kind of big thing I did was I started a vape shop back in 2012. That was before it was really a popular thing. So that kind of took my attention off the internet for a while because it turned into brick and mortar stores. I did that for like 7 years, and then kind of a long story, but it ended not in the best way. I ended up going through a bankruptcy and having to get a job for the first time in like 10 years. Kind of realized that that's definitely not what I like to do. So last year, a little over a year ago now, it was June 2022. I decided to get back into affiliate because that's kind of where I started online. And I was like, well, don't know what to do. I don't like this working thing. So I started doing affiliate again. And I did that along with my full-time job. I was working 12-hour shifts, switching days and nights. And I still found time to do affiliate on the side. So all these people who are like, oh, I don't have time. I got a family. I got work and stuff. It's like, if you want it, you can find a way to do it. You just have to make it happen. And so that's what I did. And it was a good thing that I did because in June of this year, I was laid off. So the good thing is that I'd been working on it for like about a year and a half. And I don't need to go find another job now. I've just been doing this full time since, and I'm loving it. So that's kind of the short version of my story. And if you see in my background there's a little head that's popping up. I got an art piece on my wall, and it's Zoom is wanting to pop it up there. So in case you're seeing that, wondering what the heck's going
It
on.
looks like Walter White.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So I noticed it's popping up there. I thought it was kind of weird, but yeah, that's what that is.
All right, so just a couple questions. First of all, great introduction. Also, you show really well on camera and present really well. So
Thanks.
I'm curious, like, have you done any personal branding? Has personal branding ever been a part of anything that you've done?
Yeah, I've been trying to focus on it a little more lately. Up until I got back into affiliate stuff, I had always been doing like a brand. Like my company with the vape shop was Vapor Jedi, so I branded that, and that's where all the focus was on. Wasn't so much on myself. I mean, it was a retail store, so that kind of made more sense. But with the online stuff, you kind of want people to recognize you. Well, at least the way I've been doing it, that's kind of how I like to do it is, people recognize me. So it doesn't really matter what product I'm working with, that, they're not just associating me with a certain product, but they're more associating me with me. And that's just kind of been my strategy since I got back into affiliate.
Nice. Where do you live?
I'm up in Canada, Saskatchewan,
Canada's in the
the
house.
cold
Eh?
plains. Yeah. Yeah.
So online. So is online new to you? I mean, you've been doing it for a lot of years, but is it like, it sounds like you've also been brick and mortar, but it sounds like earlier you said you've been online for a while. Is it like,
Yeah, well, the way I actually started that brick and mortar store was online. It was started as an e-com store. I just put up it was called Open Cart. I don't even know if it's still around,
I
and then
remember
switched over to
OpenCart.
Shopify. Yeah. And so it started online, and then I just had people emailing me and messaging me wanting to like come check out my inventory, and they wanted to like come to my house. And so I was like, I don't really like that idea. So I opened a little shop, just a tiny little 800 square foot little store. And the first day I opened, I had people lined up down this. It was an upstairs above another shop, just kind of a little place. I had people lined up out the side, down the stairs, and out the front door the first day. So I was like, wow, this is, so it kind of took my focus off the internet stuff because, that's what was working. So I focused on that for a few years. And then, I mean, I was still doing the online thing, of course, but it really, the brick and mortar, there's so much more to it. There's so many things that are going on. I got employees, I'm putting out fires every day, and it's like it kind of took away from the reason why I was doing it in the first place. I was focused a lot on like just the daily operations, and because I had never done that before, it was a lot of like everything was new to me. I'd never ran a store before. I'd never been a manager of a store ever. So it was like I'd never done retail. So it's like a whole new thing. So every day it was just I was just running. I felt like I was running my ass off all the time. And I wasn't really enjoying it by the end of it. Like the money was good, but I was just wasn't really what I even intended to be doing. So then when that was finished, I was like, I had a couple of years where I was like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. You go through a bankruptcy and you kind of have that down period. But then I was like starting to work again at a job. And I'm like, man, I can't deal with bosses and people that are making bad decisions that I have to listen to. And, it just wasn't my thing. So I started doing affiliate again. But I had like pretty much 7 years off from internet marketing. So it was kind of like starting right over. I had no list, no list of affiliates or like internet marketing type people. It was all people who were buying vape stuff. So it wasn't really a useful list for online marketing. So I was basically starting over. So that's, it's kind of like being brand new to it because so much had changed over the those years. So basically I kind of started over again in June of last year. So it's kind of like it's new, but I already had like a lot of experience behind me from the past, but everything had changed.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, let me just say that you're really easy to listen to. Your story is very, very relatable. It feels like I think a lot of people could relate to this. To the idea of just like you're bouncing around, trying to make opportunities work. You got pulled into the physical world and went there for several years and realized how much work that was. I got to find a way out. Then you got in the online world and had to figure out a way to make that work. And then right when you did, you're getting laid off from a job and the timing becomes, I think this is like a story
Yeah.
that relates to a lot of people. I feel like it's also a story that would benefit you if you continue to kind of get out there and share your story. So when it comes
Yeah.
to personal branding, for most people, I recommend faceless. But the reason I recommend faceless is not that it's better than personal. Personal is better in the short run. Faceless is better in the long game, like the long run. But it's also because personal is harder. Personal requires, you got to be able to talk, you got to be comfortable, you got to be okay with being on camera, coming out for interviews. You know what I'm saying? Like all this kind of stuff there's a lot more going on. But I actually think that you've got great potential with a personal brand. That's just what I could tell from just having talked to you before and really seeing you right now. Because chatting with you online is not the same as getting on like a Zoom and
Yeah.
actually chat with you like this.
For sure.
But
For
let me
sure.
ask you this: when did you join Internet Income System? Do you remember?
I think I might have been the very first person to join. I was already working with Jeff through some of his other programs, and he had helped me out a lot. So I'm always happy to support Jeff in any way because he's been really helpful for me getting back into marketing. And I had done well with my software business program up until he was launching Internet Income System. And when he told me about it, I was like, man, $20, it's 100% commission. It's like, how can you go wrong with that? Right. So I jumped on like as soon as he told me you can go sign up, here's the link. So I may have been one of the very first people to even sign up. And since then, I've kind of, Jeff kind of comes to me with some of his ideas sometimes, says, hey, what do you think? Do you think this would work? We kind of shoot some ideas back and forth. So I've kind of been, working pretty closely with Jeff through the Internet Income System right from the start.
Yeah, the reason I asked you was I knew you had to been somewhere near the beginning, but yeah, you might have been right there in the beginning. And I want to point this out for everybody watching right now is you joined before there was A.T.L.A.S, before Chris Record or any of my organization was involved, before there were any of these bonuses, before there were any of these trainings, before there were any of these systems, before there was also you were in the early stages of the products when they were still kind of being developed out. And you still saw the vision, jumped all over it, and made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Like,
I saw
impressive.
it as a great opportunity. immediately $20 and you're getting 100% commissions. It's like, that's, you can't find that anywhere. It almost didn't even really matter what the product was to me at that point. It's like, there are people on my list that are just looking for just any opportunity. Some of them just don't care what the product is. I do care what the product is, but I know there's people out there that they're just like, $20, they'll throw it down. They'll just give it a try. If you're getting 100% commission on it, it's like, that's an opportunity that doesn't really exist. You don't hear that anywhere. So it's exciting just from that alone is exciting to certain groups of people. And then as the products have developed and gotten better and better, it's just become my favorite thing to promote. It's basically been my focus now for the last couple of months, basically since A.T.L.A.S. It's like, man, there's no better opportunity now. There's nothing else out there like this. You can't get this training for $20 anywhere. And it's a bonus. It's not even the main product. It's just, it's crazy, man. So
yeah, it's because I saw the same thing you saw when Jeff told me to just take a look at it. You know, he gave me, it was honestly like a bad pitch. He gave me a bad pitch about it, and he gave me a bad Zoom about it. It was like an overly lengthy Zoom explanation. I was too busy. I wasn't pre-qualified. There was no information. It was it was just like when Jeff sent it to me, and Jeff told this story, but it was just like automatically when Jeff sent me the information, he's like, I already know he's going to say no. So let me just get it out of the way. And he was just playing the numbers game with people, hoping, fishing, hoping someone would bite. And, but when I looked at it kind of the same way you did, which was, I knew that there was potential here. I just felt like it wasn't like a big enough opportunity for me. And I just felt like, but I felt like the potential was there. I felt like at the time that you joined, he had the 3-pay system, but it was a lot more confusing. There was like multiple payment options, and it was a little bit more messy, and it wasn't coherent. And it required, like when people signed up, it was a lot harder. There was a lot of stuff buggy with it. You were like one of the pioneers taking arrows in the back when you first started promoting this thing. There's no way. When I got in, I was like, hey, Jeff, I just did a quick review. I made a quick little list of bugs. There was about 30 of them. And Jeff's like, oh my God, how'd you even find these things? And I'm like, because if I use it, I'm going to use it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But am I lying? Was this pretty much your experience when you first joined?
That's pretty much exactly it. Yeah. No, there was a lot of things that needed to be fixed for sure. And we were working on it and trying to get stuff figured out, but there was definitely a lot of confusion at first, and 3 different programs kind of mingled together was really confusing for people. And it's so much better now. I mean, the people who are just joining now are you guys are getting such a great program. It's awesome.
What you just said is what everybody should realize, is that the benefit of being an early adopter, being a pioneer, the benefit is that you're in early, so the next big wave of people basically gets referred by us, because it's members referring members, right? So we're the members that are going to be able to actually promote this. So we benefit by all the whole company's basically going to be to us, right? We're going to somehow, our organization is going to be there. That's the benefit. The downside is it's going to be a way better experience for people that join later in terms of their customer experience. Things will be dialed in. All these things will be happening. Everything's going to be systematic. They'll just go and those follow instructions, do this, do this. It's all going to be super systematic. So Mitch, props to you for getting in early, maybe even number one. I'll verify from Jeff, but based on my conversation with Jeff and him bringing you up before early on, I think you're probably there, or it may be like the first actual active affiliate.
Yes, I'm up there for sure. I don't know if I was the very first person, but I'm definitely one of the first to really take it and run with it.
Right. I think you are the first active affiliate, basically. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna find out from Jeff, and I just think it's pretty cool. But I just like your story. I'm gonna wrap up this conversation. I just want to say your story is relatable. If I were to give you some advice, this would be my advice. Now, I know you've got an audience like on Facebook that's like biz op seekers. So I know most of your posts are just like, make money, get cash, let's start a biz op, blah, 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 blah. I get it. Kind of like if you're in the vape business, it's like, yo, new smoke product, new vape product, new flavor. It's like that's what your people want. Might as well give them what they want.
Yeah.
But if you want to go big, like if we want to take your income, I don't know what your income is. It's somewhere like, I don't know, roughly close to 10,000 or something like that. We want to take that to, let's say 100,000. We want to 10X that. And we want to do that quickly. Quickly is going to be some personal branding. That's going to be the faster approach for you. And I think quickly is going to be transitioning from the biz op make money guy to a little bit more of the value driven, show you how to actually make money guy. Like if we could transition you into a little bit of a personal brand, coming out more, like right now, you look great on Zoom. You speak very eloquent. Your story is very clear. You have a background in business. I think there's some credibility. You have a unique personality that is, it's like I said, it's relatable. You don't come across as some flashy guru who's like egotistical or condescending or something, but you also don't come across as like somebody so nervous that you're afraid of, business realities. Yeah. You just look, you're come across very, very neutral, very warm, very trusting. I think you should use that in your marketing. And I think if you just start to take the training that you're learning here from A.T.L.A.S and just take it and be like, what did I learn today? And then even if you did little videos like this on Zoom, bro, I'm telling you right now, if you just got in and said, hey guys, I just got through an academy. It was 2 hours long. I'm going to do a quick little 10-minute recap for you guys, really show you the value. So instead of just clipping my clips or instead of just making posts about making money, my advice, I'm not guaranteeing it'll work better. It'll take a little bit of time to retrain your audience. But if you kind of came across and kind of summarize what you're learning, I just tell, hey, this is just my summary. If you guys want access to like the full academy that I go through, it's literally just these lessons are just each 2 hour lesson is just $1. It's super affordable. It's great content. It's where I'm learning. All you guys got to do is send me a DM. I'll make sure to hook you up. And what would happen is they'll watch you. They'll learn about you. They'll hear your relatability. They'll kind of hear you kind of regurgitating the information in your style, and you'll just be flooded. And what will happen now is you'll start to realize your brand has the ability to go much bigger when you start to move away from necessarily the biz op money guy into more of the mentor. And I actually think you have a little bit of a track record and some credibility to be there. That would be my advice. Take it or leave it. You don't have to do it. And if you ever need help, I'm one DM away to be able to help you do that.
Awesome. Thank you, man. Thank you for that. And I appreciate the opportunity to come in here and just say hi to everyone. That's awesome.